that, you have to evaluate that. So you have to evaluate racism. You have to evaluate anti-Semitism, core values of our country. You have to evaluate when they are tromped on. And you have to evaluate terminating the Constitution. There is no Republican. There is no one who can call themselves a conservative. Quite frankly, there's no one who can call themselves an American and still support Donald Trump. It's pretty simple. And Republicans, you know this, you're in a corner. He's put you in there. You are squished into that corner. The question is, are you going to man up and step out? Donald Trump has now told us, Charlie Sykes, that he's a traitor to the U.S. Constitution. He's a traitor to America, okay, in his words. I don't think there's any other way to put it. I don't know what else you need. I don't know what middle ground there is in any answer to any question about this, but an unequivocal rejection of Donald Trump. And I mean, we've watched our values get flouted, mocked over the past several weeks, even throughout his entire presidency. But come on. What more do you need? But who are you? Because you're not a Republican, not you, Charlie, but people like Kevin McCarthy and Jim Jordan and Elise Stefanik and other leaders in this party who can't claim to actually, I mean, even Mike Pence can't really come close to saying it. He's getting closer. God bless him. Better late than never. But the Constitution of the United States of America, he stated he wants to terminate the United States Constitution. This is done.
He put it in writing. This is the extraordinary. I mean, I feel like we're in some sort of an insane alternative reality simulation here. I mean, in the last 2 weeks, you've had Donald Trump pledge solidarity for the January 6th rioters. He has dinner with an actual neo-Nazi and a notorious anti-Semite who is a fan of Adolf Hitler. And then he calls for terminating all the laws, including the articles of the Constitution. And the Republican Party, you know, the fact that they cannot draw the line here is really extraordinary, although perhaps not new. It is as if Donald Trump has gone full troll. You know, how far can he push this? How much can he get them to swallow? You know, on Tuesday, we had a federal jury find the Oath Keepers leaders guilty of seditious conspiracy. 4 days later, the former president of the United States says, seditious conspiracy, hold my beer. I'm actually going to put out a call to terminate the Constitution so that I can be restored. And Republicans.
Oh, lost Charlie there. We'll get his audio back. But bottom line is, it's not just what he can get Republicans to swallow. He's making complete fools of you and everything you stand for and everything you've ever worked for in your life. But he's a danger to our country. These are dangerous statements. He is telling you what he wants to do. Believe him. Okay, like how much does this country have to go through? How much division, how much hatred, how much pressure on our system, how much law enforcement, the FBI, the Department of Justice, police officers, anybody who's in Donald Trump's sights, how much does this country have to go through? How much stress on our system and on our democracy do we need to endure before we see that this man is a fascist and that he has very, very bad intentions? And Republicans, you are helping him by not stepping up and manning up and saying what is right and who you are and what you really are, what you stand for. And if you're not a Republican and you're not a conservative, then you can go follow after Donald Trump. But if you are, then you need to walk away loudly. Today, the Washington Post's Ruth Marcus has a new piece entitled "Trump's Call for Suspending the Constitution is Too Dangerous to Ignore." And Ruth writes in part, quote, "The former and would-be future president has suggested suspending the Constitution in his support of his deranged belief that he won the election and that its results are subject to change." By the way, guys, he knows he lost. He is doing what he's doing, which is fascism. A man who took an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution now has hijacked our great founders in the service of his megalomania? No. This is insurrectionism by social media. Nothing, and certainly not imaginary fraud, capitalized or not, allows for the termination of constitutional guarantees. Trump is laying the groundwork for a coup. The mere willingness to entertain and encourage extra-constitutional action is alarming, coming from a man who is seeking to return to office. Hello? We do not want to give him oxygen, yet there are times we dare not ignore him. This is one. It should be neither excused nor forgotten, and Jonathan